Manny, Carlos, and Alyssa's kid had a wonderful vacation in the Netherlands. Being that this was their first family trip, they were all rather excited. After they had taken a seat, Carlos tried to fall asleep by sitting down and closing his eyes. Nevertheless, Manny was eager to get on board and view the cockpit. He didn't want to sit still just yet. The flight crew was just getting ready and the final passengers were aboard, but the pilots were glad to tour Manny around the cockpit in short order. Prior to their departure, Alyssa made the decision to use the restroom while her kid was receiving a quick tour. She felt the plane move as she closed her eyes and inhaled deeply. When the jet finally gained altitude, she opened her eyes once again and looked at the person next to her, but her heart missed a beat. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. When Elisa noticed the vacant seat between her husband and the window, her eyes widened in dismay. Carlos was shaken awake by her. She questioned him, her voice laced with fear and desperation. "Where is Manny?" Her question surprised Carlos, who woke up with a sulky expression. "What are you trying to say?" He said, "He was with you." They had to acknowledge that he wasn't on board when they eventually asked the flight attendant, "Where did he go?" From here, there was nothing they could do. While her thoughts were racing, Carlos caught her by the shoulders. Trying to seem certain, he continued, "No point in panicking." He went on to say that they could conduct study throughout the trip and make sure their strategy was ready for landing. So the parents wasted no time in getting to their location when they did. Carlos phoned the American police to report what had transpired as soon as they had service. In the meantime, Elisa made a call to airport security to inquire about their son's whereabouts, and they revealed something quite shocking. The security guard said that using the parents' description, they had located Manny rather fast. In the hopes of spotting something that might lead them to the youngster, they followed him on the video. To what location would he go? But once Manny left, he vanished from their cameras, making it impossible for the security guard to assist them anymore. Now that Carlos and Elisa had exhausted all options from their isolated position, it was imperative that they return by air as quickly as possible. They purchased seats for the earliest available return trip, departing early the next day. They felt like they took an eternity to go back to the location where everything went wrong, even though they were exhausted when they boarded the aircraft. Elisa received an unexpected call from her mother, but neither Carlos nor Elisa had received any word from the police up to that point in the journey. "Manny is here," Grandma said, shocking everyone. Their son was at his grandmother's place, which astounded both parents. How was his route there? After going missing for 2 days, why did he finally turn up there? The parents sped up their car to go to Grandma's place. They stormed Manny's direction, breaking through the door. Elisa felt a rush of relief wash over her, and she started crying as she held him. Breaking her extended hug, Elisa turned to face her son with a stern but loving glance. "Have you been somewhere? You left the airport, but why? Tell me what happened, please," she babbled. The boy explained that when the pilots finished giving him the tour, he left the cockpit and was surprised to see his mother leave the plane. This confused him very much as he thought the plane would soon leave, so he decided to follow her. But before Manny could continue his story, Elisa interrupted him. She was shocked to hear this. "I didn't leave the plane. How could you think that?" she said. Manny's answer only caused her to be more confused. Elisa apologized to her son and, with newfound curiosity, encouraged him to continue his story. Manny explained that he was confused by his mother's actions. Why would she leave so close to the departure? There was still quite some distance between them, and Manny was slowly losing hope of catching up. He had screamed for his mother a few times, but she didn't seem to hear him. But then his mother suddenly stood still beside a trash can and seemed to put something inside. Now his mother was standing still. He could catch up, but she resumed her journey before he could reach her. Manny wanted to follow, but his eyes widened as he passed the garbage bin and peered inside. He muttered, "There has to be an accident here." He snatched up the object with speed and went back for it. He was eventually able to catch up with his mother when the chase took him out of the airport. Now that she was outside the airport and gazing around, she appeared to have slowed down. As he got closer, he cried, "Mom!" but she didn't respond. Thus, he chose to take her arm. "What made you get off the aircraft? To what destination are you heading? How come you would discard this?" After the lengthy pursuit, Manny babbled to his mother, feeling a little out of breath. However, his breath stopped and his eyes widened as the woman turned around. This woman was a stranger. She wasn't his mother. He gave a throat clearing, saying to the odd woman, "You lost this." He gave it to her. But when the mother glanced at the flash drive in the boy's palm, her face eclipsed that of fear and confusion. Her eyes darted about furiously, and her face went pale. There was a brief pause before she quickly took off, thanked Manny, and grabbed the drive. Did his mother get off the aircraft at all? Seeking direction, he surveyed his surroundings. At this time, Manny's heart was racing, and he glanced at her nervously. The woman then took hold of his arm and dragged him along with her. "Come with me," she urged in a firm yet quiet voice. The woman was really anxious and was still searching around wildly. After a while, she got a cab to halt, and she pushed Manny inside. The child listened dutifully, since he didn't want to cause any more problems. But he summoned all his bravery once inside. He questioned, "What do you want from me?" "I wish to keep you safe. It's difficult for us because of you." "I was delivering information for my team as an undercover police officer," the lady said. She loaded important data onto the flash drive that she needed to distribute to her police squad. Manny took the drive with him, so she missed the scheduled drop-off at the airport. She noticed thieves observing the garbage bin as she attempted to return the disc. It's likely that the group she entered found out she was undercover and started hunting for her. Though she couldn't be certain, she didn't believe they noticed her. The undercover agent continued gravely, "That also means that they may be looking for you if they saw us together." After a while, Manny said, "I'm sorry," tears welling up in his eyes. She assured him not to worry, though. She would take him to a secure residence since every undercover agent was ready for situations like these. She assured Manny, "Nothing is going to happen to you," and he felt comfortable enough to trust her. When she got there, the woman alerted her police team, who showed up shortly after and responded right away. The woman showed the crew the contents on the flash drive when they were all together, and they were rather pleased. After that, the team talked about how their strategy would be a little different because they wouldn't have an insider and the woman's cover had been exposed. Nevertheless, they came up with a plan to invade the gang's headquarters after consulting one another. Thus, the group got ready and moved the following day. The undercover agent's extensive information made the raid successful, leading to the arrest of every criminal who was pursuing her and Manny. Because they didn't want to send Manny back to his family before they were certain it would be safe, the police took their time making sure every single member of the gang was in arrest. However, once he was given the all-clear, the woman offered to take him back to his family because Manny had assumed his parents would still be dead. "I came here because he begged the policeman to take him to his grandmother's house," he said. Parents couldn't decide what to say as they stared at one another in shock. They were relieved that he had returned home safely overall. Following that, the family made their difficult journey back home. Though things hadn't gone as planned, they still had a couple of weeks to kill. Thus, the family took advantage of a stay-at-home holiday throughout the next weeks. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.